All right, 26th of May 2022, after market hours here. Just eating some potatoes, mono meal. Anyways, nobody wants to know what the hell I'm eating. Of course, we had a good push up in the market today. I'll start off. I'll try to make these as quick as possible so they don't ruin your day. I'm going to watch some lengthy crap. And we'll start out 8:30. We had PAG. That was a sell. We had another sell at 8:47. BKH. Another sell. SYY. Another sell at 9:33. That was Allstate. If you want to know more about what those are, look them up. I don't really care what the names are. I know most of them. Reliance Steel, RS, Gilead. I mean, there's all sorts of pharmaceutical companies. But we're just going through 3 different accounts here. You have Guild sold at 8:30. That one had been in the account for some time. Looks like a dollar cost averaging. That was a buy at 8:36. Pepsi, that's sold at 8:40. 9:33. That's obviously in the morning. CINF, and like I said before, Reliance Steel. That happened in the afternoon session, last half hour. You'll find most of your trades will occur in that first half hour of the day and in the final half hour of the day. Now, stuff does happen during the day, but majority of what your action will see, you don't have to be there for it. All these people that are sitting there behind their screens all day long, I mean, you're going to get sick of that real quick. I did it years and years and years ago just to get a feel for the market. But then I got wise. I was like, your time's worth something. And if you're still working, this system's perfect for you. So instead of getting a measly 3-4% or whatever they're telling you at your brokerage services, if you handle your own accounts, you take it all. You don't give them nothing. It's a very simple procedure. Anyway, we don't sit there and guess. I don't say, oh, hey, let's look at WD here. I think it's going to go to 155 like you hear online. Don't listen to that crap. Nobody knows where it's going. We're about managing money. We don't use indicators. You want to use an indicator to get in on? Fine. Like, you want some advice on it? I'll give you some advice on it. I know what all the indicators do, but that's all they are. It's a backward-looking indicator. There is no forward-looking indicators. I don't care what anybody tells you. There's no way to predict which way it's going to go. It's either up or down, okay? It's a 50-50. It's all about money management. As soon as you get that through your head and stop gambling, you'll start making money. But until then, you think, oh, I just made $1,500, but you don't tell everybody that you lost $10,000. And that's usually what happens. I'm going to put together a video on the mean between wins and losses. And of course, when you have zero, well, you can only have one. We'll just go from 1 to 100, like percentage-wise. 1% of your trades, you're in the top 99 percentile. And if you're at the 100 mark, where you've lost every trade that you've ever done, you're in the bottom. So everybody's in the mean. Everybody's around that center, around the 50-50. So if they make a little, they're happy. And then they lose a little, but 80% of the people that are 50-50 traders lose money. Why? Well, there's a lot of things that come into play. Commissions are a big thing if you're trading options. Futures, high frequency, you're doing a lot of trades and all you're doing is putting money in your broker's pocket. There's nothing wrong with that. The brokers are there that's a service that they provide. I still pay commissions with Interactive Broker, but you don't want to make the mistake of paying, $800-900 a month because you're trading at your asset. Well, I made $1,000. No, you only made $100. So you have to factor all this into your trading. And you think you're going to go in there with $1,000 and make $1 million bucks? It's not going to happen. Sorry. I live in what old Rush Limbaugh would call Realville. Now, I'm not a Rush Limbaugh fan, don't get me wrong. I don't trust anybody that's promoting something else. They have a vested interest. Okay, so do I. If I'm giving you guys a service, I have a vested interest in it. But I will never promote one stock over another. You can pick whatever stocks you want. You can get a scan. You can do whatever you want. If you don't learn this, you're just going to continue to bump through. And hey, if you can come up with a better idea, then share it with people. That's what I'm trying to do. But it's a lot of time and effort that I put into this to get to this point. Anyways, that's not here or there. A little more about me later. Anyway, let's go down through what you normally see on live trading sessions, which they're going to be fewer and far between now. I'm going to go to more of this after action reviews. So looks like we got 717 days without a loss. That's verifiable. If anybody needs to see a brokerage statement, whatever, I can prove everything that I'm talking about. Ask anybody online, ask anybody on Twitter, ask anybody on YouTube. Let them produce you something. I'd love to see it. They can't. Anyways, what was Bitcoin doing here? Hold on a second. I got to get this thing to see what is going on here. There it is. Okay. So obviously you can see Bitcoin's not doing anything. If we look around on here, it's just floating around. It's been, what's that? Let me get off this screen here. Looks like since May 12th, right? It's just been bottom. Right? We don't do anything. We're not interested until we get a signal. You know, my signals are different than most people's. Okay, I don't use any indicators, so we'll go down through Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, EOS. That's just some oddball coin. You don't care. And these things, obviously, they don't pay dividends. So this is very speculative. So I go very small on this. Now I got into this and when it was about what $300-400 for Bitcoin. So I've been in it a long time. I think it was like 2009, somewhere around there. Anyways, I've already made my money on it. I cashed out close to the top. You know, I was a buy and holder until that point, but then you got to realize it's like, hey, this thing ain't moving anymore. But if you don't trade on a regular basis, you can't feel any of this stuff. You know, if you're not holding something, you have no idea. All you're doing is hoping somebody that you're following is going to give you some good advice. Now, let me tell you, it's a 50-50. Don't fall into that trap. The Jim Cramers of the world, they're not your friends. All right. Let's go down here. Well, didn't update that. Let's take a look and see. Looks like we made $52.15 on profit and $30.39 in dividends. That's a dividend pay date. Now, don't fall into the other trap of trying to chase dividend pay dates unless you really know what you're doing, because you probably end up losing money in the long run. You know, if you can get it before the ex-dividend date, that's fine. I'm trying to copy this here. Hold on a sec. Don't know what happened to my, there it's capture. Just trying to update this while I'm talking. Sometimes my computer is not holding on to information. That's because of user error, of course. All right, so that looks better. And then we'll get back over here to this. All right, so we're still off by what? 565. We need 565 to hit our target amount of 1,400 for the month. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but we've had, you know, a fairly decent week. We've got 1 day left. There are more dividends sitting out there, because if we look back, we look at the top of your screen with the scroll, we got 567.44. The majority of that will probably pay in the 1st and the 2nd of next month, so it's always nice to have it there. But there will be some more dividend payments here towards the in the next couple of days. So we've got tomorrow, Friday, and then Tuesday. Now, there won't be any live session on Tuesday either. We'll see what happens. I have no clue what's going to happen tomorrow. Can't give you any guidance. Got to tell you what's going to happen. All we do is keep collecting that money. The whole game is not to take a loss. If you get that down, you're going to go far with this, I'm telling you. You can retire early if you're young. If you're older, you can just improve. If you're retired and you get a little bit of a nest egg, you can improve your income by following this strategy. There's several different strategies, but within that, there's different ways you can do it within the strategy. The same thing holds true. Number one thing, don't lose money. All right, so you can see, not making anything in crypto. Those are the CEFs for this week. You don't understand what they are, look them up, CEFs online. Pay attention to that, because that's the bread and butter of your portfolio. It's going to give you the highest yield, not necessarily the highest dividend amount, but the highest yield. And if you've got a small account, that's where you want to start off, so you can watch those grow. They don't move as fast. That means their veg is fairly low, but you'll understand that the more you get into it. We can see our ranking now staying pretty steady, 34, 34. So we're in the top 1%. 1% would be over 5,225 people. I have no idea what these other accounts look like. All my other accounts were all ranked in the top, out of 15 accounts, all of them were in the top 1%. Okay? Everybody that uses this system, we're all in the top 1%. Nobody's taken a loss. Now, I don't know if some of the other people that I've trained to do this are on tip ranks or not. I can find out if they want to disclose that kind of information. But, of course, I don't put all my accounts on tip ranks. These smaller accounts, they're specifically designed for the people with smaller amounts of money to understand how to do this. So when they get a hold of more money, or they keep investing and they grow their money, they'll know what to do with it instead of getting out there and gambling. All you got to do is look around and see how much, look around online, do some investigation, find how much people lose in the stock market because they trade, overtrade, they don't understand options, don't understand futures, whatever. So, and that whole, a lot of people are asking me, it's like, well, why did it change so fast? I said, well, that's not my doing. That was tip ranks. But I had an idea what their algorithm was going to do. So I started off low. So it was there for a good 6 months. So gave everybody an opportunity. And the people that took advantage, you know, fine, it's a cheap course. Didn't have to charge anything for it. But that's the way the ball bounces. Anyways, that's it for now. Tomorrow, you can look around and see anytime that you're using your account. There's a lot of rain coming in, so I'm going to wrap this up instead of going any further. Anyways, have a good night.